Hey guys, this is Ryan Gibson with Taproots Horticulture Consulting. Today we're taking a look at the production planting from a 3-gallon to a 30-gallon and the steps involved. This is a pineapple guava plant. It's a large shrub, great for zones 8A through 10B. A look at the tools that the grower uses. We have a 3-foot piece of string, a machete, pitchfork, sledgehammer, and a large scoop shovel, sometimes also used for snow. Each of these plays a role in making sure that every plant is uniform and perfect. A couple things to point out before we get started. This is an example of a planting at an hourly rate, which this vendor prefers for the attention to detail rather than a piece rate or a potting machine. They also prefer to plant at the site of the media rather than in the field. Every grower does something a little bit different, so this is here to provide you with an example of the steps that this particular grower prefers. You can see he started by putting a base layer of media on the bottom of the bucket and then tamping that down to reduce the shrinkage once that media settles. Using the string, he will tie up the limbs to avoid any damage during the rest of the planting. Look at those roots, nice and bright. That's what we like to see. He places the plant at the center, checking each angle to make sure the plant is centered and straight from all angles, making any adjustments needed at this time. The roots were a little tighter compact than the grower prefers. Using the serrated edge of the machete, he scores the outside feeder roots to promote new growth and avoid any girdling or circling. Next, using the scoop, he fills the void between the roots and the bucket. This is where you can see the strings start to come into play to avoid breaking any of the limbs. Using the sledgehammer, he taps the loose media only where the void was, not on top of the root ball, again to minimize the amount of shrinkage after settling. He fills the areas that were tamped with more media. And returning with a sledgehammer to tamp once more. The machete comes back to check the levelness of the media, scraping away any extra using the top of the bucket as a guide. Using the bottom of the scoop, he pats down the outer edges and creates a level surface even with the top of the bucket. He unties the string, checking one last time to make sure the proper depth and that no extra media is covering the limbs. Lastly, it's time for cleanup. This crew has an average time to plant of about 6 minutes per person. They typically have a crew of 4 to 6 people planting on a day, which yields between 250 and 400 of these 30 gallons planted in a workday. If you'd like me to review or evaluate your production process, be sure to give me a call. Thank you.